Economic and Financial Crimes Commission says some politicians are out with a new tactic, declaring ownership of assets even before acquiring them. The EFCC chairman, Ola Olukoyede, disclosed this in Abuja at the launch of a virtual tool on the Code of Conduct for Public Officers. Olukoyede says the practice, which the commission has dubbed Anticipatory Declaration of Assets, allows corrupt politicians to list properties they plan to buy with stolen funds after assuming office, thereby shielding themselves from future investigation. Well, let's deepen the discussion now as Arise News analyst Dayo Sobowale joins us to discuss the need to step up measures in fighting corruption in view of anticipatory asset declaration by politically exposed persons and the ongoing recrimination between the EFCC and the opposition over the renewed probe of opposition figures. Mr. Sobowale, thank you so much for joining us on EFCC. So what do you make of this revelation by the EFCC? And some analysts have even questioned if asset declaration can actually help, to tackle corruption in Nigeria. What are your thoughts?
Asset declaration can really help. But you see, what is unfolding now, it is not fiction. If you have been following what is going on in the media, there is a mighty building purportedly belonging to a minister in office, very mighty. And already he has come out to say that he built the mansion before he came to office and was showing documents to the media. So if you marry that to what Code of Conduct Bureau is saying and what the EFCC is saying, you discover that you can mash both together. But I don't want to be taken to court for slander. I won't mention names now. But it is apparent. The EFCC is up to its task, and is saying that it is interrogating or investigating both those in government and those in opposition. The opposition, too, is right to say that why is it now that it is only when they have just formed a new coalition that they are taking up their people? They have not explained how the amount in question, which was a great amount, how that was acquired. That amount was acquired by an individual while in office. So the FCC is up and doing its job. The technical unit for governance reforms, governance against corruption, is doing a very beautiful anticipatory job. Do you get me? And the opposition too, well, is fighting for its life. So they are all legitimate claims, unless and until proven in court. But you cannot hamstring the EFCC or hamstring Tuga from bringing forward looking with the Code of Conduct breaches. And you cannot stop the opposition from crying foul when its members are being taken to court. But the final analysis, I keep on saying it, is the rule of law. It is the law that is the final arbiter in disputes between government and opposition, between opposition and opposition, and between the EFCC and the opposition and government. Let's leave it like that.
Okay, well said, Mr. Sobowale.
Yes.
In terms of motive, we know that's often difficult to prove. Like you rightly said, the timing is being questioned by some, like the opposition. They're asking about the motive of this. Do you think this motive of the EFCC, in terms of their renewed focus, is politically motivated or based on genuine evidence?
Well, the only evidence you have now is what the EFCC man has said. And what he said makes sense, that the money these politicians are acquiring to build these mansions and to get into power is Nigerian people's money. Nobody was born rich. And if people, in anticipation of what they will acquire when to get to office, started making plans to build houses technically so that the dates will fit in, it is a dangerous development. And we must commend the EFCC for being proactive in that regard. And it is not fiction. Listen to the explanation of this minister. I won't mention names. It tallies with what this technical unit of governance, anti-corruption reform are telling the EFCC. So the EFCC cooperating with the TUGA, and I wish them the best of luck. Because even the NSA, security agency, security man, has said that our security is being threatened by corruption more than anything else. Although I don't buy that, because we have the banditry, the kidnapping, and all that. But you see, it is corruption money that is being used to finance them. So the anti-corruption thing is on, but corruption is a mighty ogre, mighty monster. It can fight government, bring government to a halt. So those who have the guts to fight it, let us appreciate them. Let's leave it like that.
So, Mr. Sobowale, is it possible for the EFCC to maintain its independence and impartiality in investigating high-profile cases while avoiding perceptions of bias or political witch hunt?
It is not possible. People will always read it one way or the other. This is not peculiar to us. When Trump was out of office 4 years, you know what they did to him? He had about 14 felony cases. If he was not a rich man before he got there, he would not have been able to hire lawyers to fight for it. But luckily, he won the election. And he's dealing. You see, you cannot deny that he's dealing with his opponents because he was politically victimized. So he's dealing with them. It's human nature. I've always said, your freedom ends where my nose begins. But there's another saying that, play me foul, I play you something terrible. So, politics is a game of power. It's give and take. The only thing that bars people from really putting guns to each other's head is that you're under the rule of law. Under the rule of law. And under the rule of law, the court is the final arbiter. And to take people to the court, you have to investigate. And that's what the EFCC, what the TUGA and Code of Conduct Bureau are doing. It is a fight against a monster called corruption. Right. So we must support it.
Awesome, now, when it comes to this fight against corruption, what structural reforms are needed, if any, from your perspective, that would make agencies like the EFCC truly independent from political influence?
And that's utopia. That's utopia. You see, you are in a how do I put it? In a corrupt environment. You are in a corrupt environment. And look at the acronym, Technical Unit for Governance Anti-Corruption Reforms. That answers your question. It's a reform, get me? And it is anticipatory. That is why you see Nigerians are smart. You fill form before you get to office. Now people are filling forms, and in anticipation of what they are going to amass, they are putting dates on the plans to build houses and things like that. And these people are bold enough to say it and come out. I commend them. So it's an ongoing battle. You can never sit down. You have to think fast, innovate ways to fight corruption. Because corruption too is so fast and so innovative. It is anticipating many ways to find loopholes in whatever laws you make to make it thrive. And it destroys our society. So let us give a free rein to those who are helping us to fight corruption. That's the EFCC now, and that's CCB and TUGA. Let's support them.
Okay, very well said. Arise News analyst, Mr. Dayo Sobowale, thank you so much for joining us on Newsday.